need you to clap your hands wherever you are. If you know that you're a conqueror, I want you to say this with me. I am a conqueror. I walk by faith and not by sight. Deep within me, I strive to do right. I'm not ashamed to...
Welcome back everyone to the Reflection Show. Tuning in right now on this beautiful Thursday night. I am Ramsey Razard, your host, and I'm so excited to be sitting in the room with the #1 organization right here in Central Florida that's going to be nationwide, WSA World Sports Alumni! I mean, guys, how often do you get the opportunity to be in the room with different professional athletes? And I'm excited to be sitting down. Please let them know your name, what sport you played, and that's it. Your name and what sport you played.
Dixon, former New York Giant, NFL, and I'm the president of the NFL division of the World Sports Alumni.
I guess I'm the only one that's making noise.
You haven't been around him as much as us.
And what's your name?
My name is Charlie Willams. I'm a former #1 ranked Billard professional. I'm now the CEO of the World Sports Alumni.
And how about yourself?
Mike Brodsky, intramural sports champ and financial advisor, author, speaker, and member of the business board of directors for World Sports Alumni.
Okay, welcome to the show. And how about yourself?
My name is Pinklon Thomas. I'm former heavyweight champion of the world, and I guess I am an author. I've got a book. Back from the edge.
Board of directors at WSA.
Yeah, I'm on the board. I love it. It's a great organization.
This is WSA and many more that are not here tonight, but you're the CEO, the founder of WSA. What made you want to start this organization?
Well, I have a background as a billiards, as we talked about. I was a promoter, producer, did a lot of event organizing for billiards, and simultaneously playing on the pro tour. And then after doing several hundreds of events around the world, television, etc., different countries, back in Orlando, I became friends with Dixon, and we're working in another organization. And then we stopped working in an organization together, along with another NFL player, Lee Page, who played for the Buccaneers. But we had such a good relationship and good chemistry with each other that we decided that let's find something to continue working on things together.
Yeah.
And obviously we also had a lot of other NFL friends and other sports such as boxing and tennis and whatnot. So I came with the concept of like, well, let's organize a group where we can all work together. Not just one group or another group, but all of us together as professional athletes.
Yeah.
And then, Ron was on board with it, and then Lee was too, and then, 3 became 6, 6 became like 50, and 50 became like now hundreds.
Yeah.
And so here we are, and that's kind of how it all started.
Pink, boxing. I mean, boxing, it looks like a one-man sport, but it's really a team sport.
Oh, everything's a team. I teach that, appreciate you right down to day, No man's an island by himself. You can't do it alone.
You can't do it alone.
Ain't no fighter going, no, I don't care how great you are, you ain't gonna do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta have somebody, you gotta have your corner, you gotta have somebody gonna manage you. You got judges, you got referees, you got everything that's gonna call a fight.
Yeah.
Just like in the sport. Only thing different is a team sport. But the great camaraderie that we have together on the WSA that I'm digging, I'm loving to death, is that me and Ron, me and Brandon, me and
Lee Page.
my buddy up in Ocala. I'm sorry, Clinton. But like these guys, man, I did different events with them. You know, I mean, I was up at Clinton, did a toy drive thing up there, and served 42 families.
Wow.
Served a nice dinner. Had the mayor, the police chief up there, and then he does a number. He got a great thing going on up there. Anyway, give away Christmas toys. Then to come back to go to Brandon's. Brandon did a toy drive.
Yeah. So all of that was
Yeah.
the opportunity of being on WSA.
Yeah, because what they
to be
do,
able
they
to
bring the
support.
community together, man. Like Randy, he had a ton of people out there, neighbors, are just a bunch of tables lined up in the park.
Yeah.
I mean, on the side where he used to stay on some apartments was behind him, where he used to stay when he was a kid. But they had barbecue, they were serving, and the whole community was out there. It was just heart-filling.
Yeah.
And they had a line, they had so many toys, and when the toys run out, they go in the bags and get more. And they had long lines, and these kids was just picking up toys.
So it was just that family
Yeah.
atmosphere
Yeah.
that you experienced. And if it wasn't for World Sports Alumni, you would have never experienced at least that part of what Brandon.
Well, if it wasn't for World Sports Alumni, I wouldn't even be thinking about football. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I played the sport. I played every position on the field.
Yeah.
But it used to run me
You played
crazy.
quarterback,
I played everything.
so you could
I could run like a champ.
so you could shut down Ron. This
No. Really like a
Look at
champ.
Ron. Ron said, "Don't come for me."
No, he always his own choice. Yeah. No.
That's cool though. I mean, it's great to see that from the ring to an open field and to embrace an organization that embraced you just for who you are. That's amazing. I mean, Ron, you come from a locker room.
Right.
You come from a place where not only are you challenged with the egotistic individuals, but you're also challenged with learning how not to compete with yourself and to collaborate with people. How easy was it for you to collaborate with Charlie when he came to you with the idea for WSA?
I mean, it was very easy for me. Once we first met, we just kind of clicked. You know, I get along with everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's only two types of people that don't like me. The dumb and the stupid.
Hold on, you gotta say that again. There's two types of
There's only two types of people that don't like me.
Yeah.
The dumb and the stupid.
The dumb-
You know, and it's easy to jump on board when it's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, and being a part of it has been a special thing because it allowed me to branch out and get to meet a few people I wouldn't have gotten to meet.
Yeah.
You know, even some players that played football, I probably wouldn't have had an encounter with.
Yeah.
So it's been something that's helped me grow and to reach out, and
Yeah.
that's something we try to continue.
So just to go from relationship, that's why relationships are important.
Absolutely.
Because it all started off with a relationship. And of course, if there wasn't a relationship between the number one networking guru in Orlando, Mike Brodsky, I would not be here. And Mike, I mean, board of director, networking guru, I mean, everyone's in this room right now in this interview because of our relationship. And of course, you're here because of Charlie said yes.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel as an individual who serves on the board of the WSA World Sports Alumni?
It's great. I mean, I think certainly the organization, it's been wonderful to be a part of it and to watch it grow. It's exciting to see where we're going.
Yes.
As a representing the business community, it's great. I think what we find is there are a lot of folks in the business world that are sports fans. I mean, let's face it, there are a lot of people that are sports fans. And to be able to sort of connect the business community with the sports world, I mean, we found a lot of opportunities for businesses to really grow their brands, really grow their businesses by connecting with World Sports Alumni. Charlie's really put together some amazing events. And by bringing together the athletes with the business world, it's a great way for the businesses to grow because now they're getting their message out to a wider audience, folks that are fans of these former athletes, whether it's Pinklon, whether it's Ron or Brandon Merriweather, or whether it's Santana Moss, Riddick Bowe. They have their fan base, and now those fans of those athletes are getting introduced to some of the businesses that are connecting with us.
Yeah.
And it's just a great way for businesses to brand themselves, grow their businesses, and it's just been a great organization, great to be a part of. It's really good.
There's no one else that you can think about when it comes to interceding in putting the gaps together. Mike Brodsky. I mean, he has the mind of building relationship.
This is a man.
He is the man,
Yes,
because his sport is networking.
Yes.
I mean, that's his professional.
I've never been nowhere that I haven't seen
Contact
him.
sport.
And I'm pretty sure Ron, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have dealt with people in your industry where they were shady with networking. And they were networking for the purpose of their percentage with you instead of the percentage of their longevity in your industry.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Guys, we're going to take a short commercial break. As you guys can tell right here with these amazing individuals, professional World Sports Alumni athletes, they're here together because it's all about believing together and not competing. Stay tuned. Ramsey Rizard, The Reflection Show. We'll be right back.
Can't wait on other people to be what you've been called to be. You can't wait on their affirmation.
To all my Facebook and Instagrammers, how you guys doing today? I'm so excited to be tuning in right here, right now as you're watching this. I wanted to do a quick announcement. My show now, The Reflection Show, airs at 9 p.m. every Thursday. You asked for it, I'm giving it to you. So make sure you share, like, comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right down here, InTheMirrorTv, on our YouTube channel. We want you to be a part of this journey. Thank you all so much for being a part of this journey. I'm so thankful for all of your support, and I definitely want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, your experience matters. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back on The Reflection Show. This is Ramsey Rizard, and earlier we had an amazing conversation, as Charlie would say, coffee with the champs. But tonight we're having dinner with the champs here on The Reflection Show, because I know you've been seeing WSA everywhere. What the heck is this logo, right? Yeah, I thought the same thing. But when I went more in depth to see who they are on Facebook and Instagram, guess what I saw? I saw a bunch of professional athletes coming together to collaborate to bring change into every community that each individual player is a part of. And guess what? Charlie is going to go a little bit more in depth with WSA. Give us a little bit more of your story, Charlie.
So the World Sports Alumni is a unification of all professional athletes from around the world. And currently we are in multiple cities.
Yeah.
Orlando's our HQ, but we're also in Jacksonville, Florida, down in Miami, Ocala, Florida. Then we expand to Atlanta, Hampton Roads, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and New York City. And we also have a line of other cities that want to take part and start a chapter of their own.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that our current divisions are well taken care of. But basically the concept was that, you know, professional athletes, even though we're all professional athletes, different sports don't really interact with each other. So if you go to the ESPY Awards, you'll see the boxers, you'll see the tennis pros, you'll see the NFL players, the MLB players, the NBA players. They'll be in one room, but they all kind of gravitate towards each other in their own group. And then after about 2-3 hours later, when the show is over, poof, they scatter like the wind, and they don't see each other again.
Like roaches when you turn the light on.
Yeah, you know. And then there's nothing really there for them to stick together throughout the year. But now with WSA, we're that glue now to keep these athletes together, doing projects together. And at first, like, you know, athletes will meet each other at functions. Maybe we'll assign them to a project together, or invite them to be on the project together. But now we've really seen, you know, we've been in existence now about 20 months.
20 months.
And but now you have real relationships. You know, Pinklon Thomas and me. I mean, you know, a boxer, Billard champion, and that we're great friends. You know,
and that's so off, Charlie. I never think someone who plays pool, right, and someone who boxes. I mean,
I'm the oddball out. At least the boxers.
Hey, let me tell you though, that really draw me to the organization with Charlie. So I invited him over to my house. I played a little pool. Got my own pool table. But I had it since about 92, you know. I done moved it around in 2 or 3 houses. You know, it ain't gonna be that bad. You know, I know this man got some skill. I get on the table with 5 in a row. I mean, I'm 0-5. I took a whooping from him, you know, with the champ.
He told me he wanted to trade off the boxing rounds. I'm like,
but you won.
I forfeited already. But so that, and then with the NFL players, I'm with the NFL guys so often that people ask me, like, are you an NFL player? And I'm like, no. But you're around these guys that much, but it's really cool. It's just the dynamics with the relationships. Now you see like how Champ here, Pinklon was talking about, going up Ocala. We had an NFL, one of our presidents in Ocala, Clinton Hart, who's an 8-year veteran of the NFL. He owns his own spectacular gym there.
Wow.
And he hosted the Pinklon Thomas boxing clinic there. And that's just cool right there to have an NFL pro host a boxing clinic, right? And then I remember Mark Lanton, who's in the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame. He's on our board too. He was getting inducted to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame in Tampa. Next thing you know, we had like 4 or 5. Ron Dixon, Brandon Merriweather played for the Patriots. Charlie Hawkins played for New York Jets, and myself. We all went to Tampa on our own dime, right? Went to his ceremony, got a hotel room, stayed the night, had a good time over there to support him. Right. And I always thought that that's such a cool story because, like, look at these guys, superstars from all the sports.
Hey, you know what was funny?
And there's really no connection there for them to be at this boxing ceremony, other than the fact that Mark's a friend and part of our group. So I thought that said a lot for those guys to not just take time out, like 2 days out of their lives and their own money to go out there. And that's what we found. And the other blessing from that event was that's when we first laid eyes on Pinklon, in real life at least.
Well, what was funny was that when dinner was going on, and we had speakers going on, and the speaker wasn't the speaker, it was the entertainment. No, it was dinner. It was going to get started. Anyway, at this big round table, sitting me and my wife, and we were sitting over here. I think Keith Thurman, Dad, he was over there with us, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden, all this noise was over just at the table. Big guys,
All these noise.
Yeah, my wife and this other lady, they hit me like half-boy me saying,
That's Ron, right?
they need to keep quiet over there. Why don't you go over there? I ain't going over there and forget about it. Yeah, then come to find out, of course, they was part of the organization. They were there to support Mark, and that's how I met him, and I got involved.
When I look at the WSA, and I'm hearing your story, and I'm seeing how
let me
the
say
relationships.
I was inducted too, Charlie. I was the first inductee of the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
I was with them.
So you were inducted.
Pacheco and all of these guys.
Wow.
2009, I was the first group that went in.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm always there.
You're the original class.
Yeah,
He's the original.
I'm with the Ace Boone Coons, man.
So the other thing too about WSA that we do, we provide a lot of services. One thing I want to say is that we're not a nonprofit. We're not set up that way. That's by intent. Because really we operate like a business, a company, but it's an association still, it's a sports organization.
Right.
And we did it that way because frankly, the thing that there's 1.5 million charities in the United States, but there's nothing there to support professional athletes. And everyone always believes that, if you're a professional athlete in sport, even if you're retired, everyone's made millions of dollars and live happily ever after, but that's far from the truth. So, what we do is we provide a business platform for the athletes. So when people ask us what we do, it's not one thing, it's multiple list of things. One of the primary things that we do is market and promote the athletes. One of the things that you said I love, that Angelo Dundee, the legendary boxing coach, told Pinklon was that, tell him the quote.
Well, Angelo was that was my guy, and, but Angelo, he would always talk and laugh, he's making jokes, but he told me, he said, Pink, he said, look, he said, keep doing what you're doing, talk, spin, go out, do what you do. He said, because when they quit talking about you, you're dead, bum.
I love it. That's a cool thing because being part of the WSA, you get to rebrand yourself.
You rebrand yourself.
Yes. But when you're rebranding yourself, it's no longer about the hype of your career. It's about who you are. Your heart, your personality, your character. I'm pretty sure, because we all know Ron Dixon is crazy, right?
In a good way.
Can you imagine what Ron was like in college?
He's crazy in a good way. But, so we brand the players, we promote them, we keep their name on fire. That's part of the purpose of the WSA, because I'm a firm believer, I own a marketing company that powers WSA. But I'm a believer that the more people talk about you, the more opportunities come at you. Not all the opportunities will be great, but it's a numbers game. If you have 100 opportunities come at you, maybe 90 of them might be not good, but you might have 10 great ones to work with.
That's true.
And so that's what we do. So we're a business platform for athletes. What we tell, I love what Mike said earlier, his explanation of the business part of the WSA. But basically, we try to relate to companies that, look, we're a sports organization that knows how to do business, that wants to do business with you, and you should want to do business with us.
Right.
Because like he says, businesses need what? They need marketing, they need traffic, they need eyeballs on what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Well, these athletes, what WSA does, we harness the power of the popularity, the fan, and the followers, right? And we harness it to promote the businesses, right? And that creates more ROI, on their investment. And then of course it's an environment, a world where we create synergy, where we all help each other. So the businesses make more money, the athletes make more money, the association will make more money, et cetera, et cetera. And really, that's the only way I can see it working. And I've been part of other charity groups and whatnot with athletes, but it's always been a one-way street, where it's like they ask the organization will ask athletes to do all these appearances, spend all this time, but they can't get anything out of it because they're set up like a 501c3 and they can't get paid, this and that, et cetera.
Yeah, because that is tough. I mean, you got to leave your family behind.
Yeah.
You're no longer playing the sport that gives you a check every week.
That's right.
You got to live off your retirement, and Lord knows what state you live in, property tax that you got to deal with.
Well, I don't know nothing about a check.
You're a monster. There's no 401k for
We just need a check.
Yeah, it is, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, you're creating a two-way street for you to come and to go so that you're not losing anything. Whatever you invest in, there's a great return coming back.
Yes, and that's why the athletes have all been gravitating. Look, we've been built on, our membership has grown, to hundreds now, based on really referrals from all the athletes. They bring their guys in. We had a good experience with the WSA. What it costs to be in WSA as a professional athlete is zero. We don't make money off the backs of the athletes. We're not asking them for dues or upfront fees or anything like that. The athletes are not our customers. They're part of our group.
Yeah.
So we're growing together in that aspect. Now there is a charitable component. We support tons of charities, tons of appearances. We've written many checks out, and my philosophy is that.
And the organization get the check. They receive it.
And then no bounce.
Right. No bounce.
Y'all know Ron had to put that out there.
Yeah. So, we won't get into that. Our group, we pay off.
Yeah.
We pay off.
Our players, when I tell a lot of guys, this is a great way to monetize, your past, being a professional athlete. It's great to give back, but it's great to give back and get paid at the same time. I think that's an awesome way. And I think that's the reason a lot of people want to come, because if you could, somebody have you going somewhere 365 days out for free. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So why not be a part of an organization where, hey, you can give back, you can help, we're going to help push whatever ideas that you have.
Right.
You help monetize that situation, and you create the check, create this charity, and all of that's coming together.
Yeah. Because it is a lot of work.
Right.
I don't think people understand that, okay, yes, you may not have a crazy schedule as you used to have, but just the physical aspect. And then they always say it's the mental state that makes you more exhausted than your physical body, because it's what's running through your mind. They don't know if you're stressed, they don't know what you're going through financially, and you still have to show up and smile, because when you're driving home, now you still got to think about whether my light bill is going to be paid. Because an average person might look at their light bill $100. Your light bill might be $500, depending on your lifestyle that you always live. That's kind of difficult. Ron, give me one word that you can connect or describe WSA to.
One word. I don't use it just
Got him, man.
I like that.
brotherhood.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Good word.
And Mike, when you hear Ron say brotherhood, and you come from the networking world, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think, he definitely hit the nail on the head. I was going to say maybe fraternity, but I mean, the concept is just this group that, the athletes get along very well. And I think we need to be careful because we do have a couple of female members.
Yeah.
That's right. Gender neutral. But the point is, it's an association. I mean, this is an association of athletes. And I think on the one hand, you have the camaraderie between all the different athletes. And also, to come back to what Charlie was talking about from the business standpoint, we've always focused on finding what I describe as revenue opportunities, basically ways for the athletes to continue to make a little bit of money. I mean, because once they're out of the professional sports world, the phone doesn't ring as often, the agents aren't really calling anymore, so it's really up to our organization to try to help them find those opportunities to make a little bit of money, whether it's getting an appearance at an event, business that wants to have them come. Because certainly, let's face it, if you're running a business and you've got an event, and you want to have more people show up, a great way to do it is bring a professional athlete in, and you'll get some more folks showing up for that event. We've had some other ways that we've been able to monetize in little ways for the fans. Because fans want their photos and they want their autographs from some of the sports celebrities, and so we've figured out some ways to try to make that happen and to make that possible. And we have authors like Pinklon and Mark Lanton who've written books, and they're able to get out there. And I know anytime we do an event, people are buying your books and they're signing your books.
It's just like it's going back to rebranding. You're coming alive again, but in the things that you always wanted to do as a child. And then you're finding that authentic brotherhood where there's no disagreements. Everything is for the sake of the organization and how to better your life. Charlie, WSA, where do you see WSA going? I know you talked about Florida. I know you talked about Atlanta. What are you looking forward to as far as expanding WSA?
Well, any project I take on, just like when I consult with my athletes or clients, I always say, what's the 5-year plan? What's the 10-year plan?
Yeah.
What's the end plan? Like, where do you want to be at the end of this? Because I'm a firm believer that, if you know where you're going to be at, it's easier to figure out what you need to do right now. But if you just get in the car and start driving, who gets in the car and starts driving? not too often. Well, maybe you had a bad day and start doing that. But usually, we GPS it. We have a destination, right?
Yeah.
And we route the best way. So I'm a believer in that. So that being said, when we first started this, when me and Ron and Lee Page co-founded WSA together, I had a plan in my mind, and I've been vocal about it. So in the next 3 years, I believe that we'll be in 50 cities in the United States. We will have international presence. We've already planned. I've already been in discussions. I have a lot of connections internationally because I do a lot of international business overseas. So we'll be in cities such as Seoul, Manila, Tokyo, Berlin, places like Paris. Every place that I've been to and done business in, my plan is to have us have a foothold in that area, that city, territory, that country. So we'll get there.
Wow, can you dig that, man?
I'm sitting here, I'm like, wow, wait, American Airlines, no, wait, hold on, Charlie Jet, wait, hold on, no, Spirit Airlines, no, not Spirit Airlines. No, can you imagine every player, maybe some players haven't been to Berlin or Paris, but because of the World Sports Alumni, someone can make it to Berlin and can make it to Paris. This is beautiful.
Well, I believe that like this, that look, if I've been there, I can bring my friends there. We can make something happen. You know what? If Pink's been somewhere we haven't been, Pink's been there. So he's got a connection there. So we can make it happen through Pink. The synergy has been off the charts. Talking about, not only am I talking about like different sports, but all these athletes have been a superstar of notoriety, in their hometown, in their area. We did the Ron Dixon football camp at Wildwood. He grew up there, that's where he's from, right? I said, man, we need to go back there and build you up over there. And we had a wildly successful first year. The whole town got behind it. We had over 100 kids.
Congratulations, Ron.
We got informed later that Clinton Hart, who became part of a group after that, said that, hey man, to have 100 kids pay $60 at this part, that's unbelievable, he said. I've never seen that before.
Never.
But we also had 15 NFL players show up to support him. And that's the kind of support, and they didn't have their hand out. They honestly wanted to come and make sure that event went fantastically, and it did. And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to keep doing it the same formula. And I know that we're going to achieve it because whether you're a Korean athlete or you're a European athlete or Australian or whatever, we're all human. We have all the same feelings. And I know that this product, this brand, this service, this organization we have, they're going to want the same thing. Because there hasn't been an athlete yet that says, here, this is what we do. Lay it all out. Do you want to be a part of it? No one says no.
Right.
You're like, yeah, oh, Pink's in there.
Yeah.
Really vote, Brown Dixon, what? Because
It's a win-win, yeah.
you have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
You know,
Yeah.
you know what else is cool? The greatest thing that really sucked me into this was that the camaraderie of the athletes. We both come from the same field. It might not, like there's a saying go, the game is the same, but nothing changes but the name.
The game is the same, nothing changes but the name.
Nothing changes but the name. You understand?
Some
So I
nuggets.
mean, like, we've suffered. I know he's had broken bones, setbacks. He had to sit down. Had bad contract. I mean, I've had the same thing too, but we're in a different field.
Right.
You know, so we had to sit back. We had to suffer injury. We might have to suffer financial injury. You know, we had to get some support from somewhere else. But then at the same time, we bounce back.
Yeah.
We come back strong, and we create another endeavor that we can push forward to. So I mean, that's what the Florida, that's what the WSA does.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, each athlete, everybody got a story.
Yeah.
Everybody got a story, and it's the same camaraderie. Hey man, look here. We all had to run. We
Yeah.
all had to take pain.
Yeah.
We had to suffer pain. We gave some pain. You know what I'm saying?
You gave some pain.
But then there's one more thing I seen this guy. You know, this really kicked me off, man. You know, I hear about Rod, Dixon and stuff. But then when they put it on film, and they had all the film running on the fight, on the football player, and here this guy, he catches the ball and he runs. Man, what was that? 80 yards or something?
97 yards.
I mean, that makes me look at football, man. You know what I mean? Because I know, you know, a football player, somebody who have done.
I love watching the highlights of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, I work with them every day, and I see the highlights, and it reminds me, like, man, don't make these guys mad.
Yeah. Don't be a little.
I see Van Man with hits, you know, and I see people knocking guys out. But you know what? It's funny. One of my friends, hey, shout out to Dr. Greg Carter. We're at the Super Bowl party last Sunday, and then we're having cigars afterwards. And he looks at me, and goes, "Hey, Charlie, do you like sometimes just take a step back and go like, man, I can't believe the stuff that I'm doing with these guys. Did you see yourself in your teenager ever being where you're at right now?" Wow. Honestly, no.
That is
When I was a teenager, I saw myself around like pool players, pool champions, but I never thought like NFL or guys that fought Mike Tyson and guys like that. No, I never thought that. And yes, even though I have a busy schedule, but when I do have these moments of reflection, and I'm sitting back, I go like, I look at these like top cars at my office, like Ron Dixon and Santana Moss and Brandon Pinklon and that, and like,
It's
my
unbelievable.
life is pretty cool. Actually. You know what I mean? I guess I'm not doing too shabby. Yeah. You know, and these guys call me, you know, every morning, like a text from Van Holyfield every morning, and this and that, and that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? It is sometimes a little surreal. If I get caught up in the moment, I can like, you know, get into that. So it is. And one of the things I want to say is that I know we talk about business and charities, and we support a lot of foundations and. I love having Mike we brought Mike Brodsky on board because I knew that from prior experience of being on boards, I said, look, we can't, you know, even though our group is great and we have a lot of intelligent athletes, but we need people that are also not athletes that represent business community. But the tricky part is you got to find one that's honest. That's not going to try to like maneuver our organization one way or another.
Right.
We have solid, not just successful financially, but also successful morally.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned that you see this guy everywhere, right?
Yeah.
That's how I discovered him.
Yeah.
On my Facebook, Instagram.
Wait, you gotta find the guy with the gray hair in the room.
I'm like, who is this guy? And I didn't know what he did because he had all these pictures of athletes on there, right? And I was like, you know what? I told my assistant, you know what? Hit this guy, Mike Brodsky, up. I want to know what this guy does because he's like he's everywhere. And then she hit you up, and then next time we got connected, he invited me to an event, which is a great event, by the way.
Was it for charity?
No, it was
another charity event though.
Okay.
And then we met up and we got to know each other, but I didn't like right away say, WSA and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
He bought a ticket to our Pro Bowl party. We took his money. So he paid his dues. And I was hoping that, I hope this guy would be the one. I hope this guy would be the one, because I know we need a business board. And then it turns out he was. And we brought him on board, and he's put a lot of time in. He's very generous with his time.
Yeah. Mike, that is definitely Mike.
Yeah, that's Mike, and he's been great with everyone in our group. I forget sometimes that he wasn't a professional athlete, because he's like, but really, we just treat him like he's one of us.
I didn't know that.
And then,
No, I have to say,
You gotta understand, Mike was the world ping pong.
That's right.
Yes, that's who he was.
but what's funny is he's also resourceful at events like that. The ironic part is I'm the CEO of WSA Sports Alumni, so I'm a layman in most of the sports. Like, I don't know all the players sometimes.
But
so
he does.
we're at the Pro Bowl event, the Pro Bowl practice. I got Mike with me, and I'm like, we're on the field. I'm like, Mike, who's that guy?
I'm getting
Quick notes, and I was just such prayer.
So Mike is your walking
Oh,
picture.
yeah, Mike don't do this stuff on everything.
Wikipedia,
So, what I was going to say is that it's such a great group to work with.
Yeah.
Besides all the business aspects of it
Yeah.
and the charitable components, it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun together. We do the World Sports Alumni Hour in partnership with iHeartMedia, and they partnered up and gave us a show. So a weekly show with Ron Dixon and Brandon Merriweather.
Yeah.
It is so fun. It's like I work all week long, and I don't like to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
And I don't wake up, certainly not Saturday mornings, right? And I get up like 8 o'clock on Saturday mornings to get ready to drive to the show to produce it with them, and I actually look forward to it every Saturday.
Because they're crazy.
It's
Crazy.
It's like from 15 minutes before the show starts to 15 minutes afterwards. It's like non-stop entertainment. It's funny. It's hilarious. Everyone loves the show. Ron is hilarious. Ron's great.
Just quiet today.
Just quiet. Just
The chemistry is off the chart. But even the reason why the show started off with those guys, because even before the show, it was inspirational being around them, because Brandon and Ron had such great chemistry.
Yeah.
Pinklon gets along with everybody, me and him and Mark Lanton, him and Ron, everyone, Mike's involved in it. I mean, just, Clinton Hart, all these guys come out, and look, if they didn't, besides the business aspect, if these guys didn't have fun at the events, they didn't get along, they wouldn't come back.
That's true.
But they keep coming back over and over and
And
over
it
again.
continues to grow.
Because we want to be around each other,
Yeah.
because that's how, and really at the end of the day, the financial part is like, it's a common denominator to, make us all understand that, hey, we're on the same page, we're a business, let's make some good stuff happen together.
Yeah.
But really, I feel that the glue is really the camaraderie. They just love hanging around each other.
Yeah.
We have such great times, and it's just been a lot of fun. And that's probably been a big factor of why we try so hard to make the association grow.
And that's what makes the WSA. But before we continue, we're going to take another short commercial break. Guys, this is what it means to come together and just have conversation on an organization that has just changing many lives of athletes. This is Ramsey Broussard on The Reflection Show. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Wait on other people to be what you've been called to be. You can't wait on their affirmation.
To all my Facebook and Instagrammers, how you guys doing today? I'm so excited to be tuning in right here, right now as you're watching this. I wanted to do a quick announcement. My show now, The Reflection Show, airs at 9 p.m. every Thursday. You asked for it, I'm giving it to you. So make sure you share, like, comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel right down here, InTheMirrorTv on our YouTube channel. We want you to be a part of this journey. Thank you all so much for being a part of this journey. I'm so thankful for all of your support, and I definitely want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, your experience matters. Welcome back everyone to The Reflection Show. It's just been an awesome time just having conversation with these wonderful athletes and Mike Brodsky himself, the networking guru here in Orlando, soon to be worldwide, because WSA is going worldwide, and I'm telling you guys, it's a pleasure to have you guys on the show. I mean, to hear the story, to hear the relationship, the brotherhood, man, it's just incredible. Ron, this is the end of the show. I always say there is someone looking in the mirror right now, and they might be an athlete. They're done retiring or they're getting ready to retire. And they're looking for an organization that can embrace them, embrace who they are, and help them cultivate into the individual that they always saw as themselves. What could you say right now to help inspire and encourage them to be a part of the World Sports Alumni?
You know, what the WSA is all about helping athletes, reach their maximum. So, we're all about helping them and help pushing them. Now we're not going to create your ideas, but we're going to help push you to where you want to be at, and this is the organization to get that done.
How about you, Charlie? What would you like to say to that person who could be watching to be a part of the World Sports Alumni?
Well, really for the athletes, I think it's just everything in the game and really nothing to lose. So we're an organization that's built, the word I use when I talk to athletes is we're just here to assist. Whatever they might have, whether it's their foundation or their business, or for themselves, etc. We're just here for the athletes. That's how we're built, that's how we run.
How about you, Mike Brodsky?
I think that really, for everybody that's out there, if you're a sports fan, if you're an athlete, I think this is a great organization to connect with. Certainly if you haven't been to any of our events, definitely come and check it out. We've got a lot of things going on, so certainly find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, and you'll see what we're up to at any given point in time. We've got a lot of things coming up in the future, plenty of opportunities to connect with the athletes, to connect with the sports world, and especially for any business owners out there, think about World Sports Alumni, teaming up and sponsoring some of the events, or just coming and checking out.
Think about Pink, last round, you're the fighter. What would you like to say, just briefly, what would you like to say to that person who's watching?
How can I go briefly? Well, it's, I remember when I first came here to Orlando, Angelo brought me in to do a boxing show, and he brought in Willie Pep, Jimmy Ellis, Jimmy Ellis, Willie Pep, and Ernie Shaver, okay? And we all sit in, and I was doing the commentary with Ali and things of that nature. But what happened was that when they were bringing Ali in, they brought us all in, we was at the hotel, and we was waiting for Muhammad to come. Finally, we get this call. When we get the call, Muhammad's at the Orlando airport, but when he got off the plane, he was mugged by the people. So, but instead of security was trying to run him back, but he stopped. And he signed every dang on tissue. He signed that stuff. And the security was saying, man, you gotta come on. He said, no, man. He was picking up kids. He was kissing. And I love it. I mean, this is what I got from Muhammad. That, and Angelo always say, his favorite thing, you don't take nothing to be nice. And that's what I bring to the table here from what I learned. And then to get around other athletes just like this guy here, man. He had my two daughters cracking up.
Yeah.
My wife, he's like, I thought he was a comedian first. And he's funny, but, and then I get around the other guys, man, it's the same thing,
Same thing.
So they bring the athletes together. If you're gonna be all stuck up and uptight, stay out.
Yeah.
I mean, really, stay out.
Stay out.
You have come in, want to have some fun.
Yeah.
You want to mingle and communicate with people and be in the community and do things for kids. Come to the devil.
Come to WSA. Guys, this is Ramsey Rizard on The Reflection Show. Thank you for tuning in on this beautiful Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on social media. Follow WSA on social media, Instagram and Facebook, and be sure to follow every event that they have going on, because it's all about growing together, not competing against each other. This is Ramsey Rizard, The Reflection Show. And remember, your experience matters. Thank you for watching.